This is the 2024 Chevrolet Colorado WT. Is it the best bang for the buck mid-size truck? And no, I did not mean for that to rhyme, it just worked that way. Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Red River Chevrolet here in Bossier City, Louisiana, and we're going to give you the particulars on this truck. And this particular model does have some upgrades. You can actually step into a Colorado for less than the sticker price on this model that I'll give you later in the video. As always, if you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video to the Red River Chevrolet website. Now the headlights on this model are halogen. You can go to the auto parts store and buy some LED bulbs and problem solved where that is concerned. If you're not a big fan of chrome, and I know some of you, based on your comments, are not, you're not going to find a lot here. You will find some matte black finish on areas such as the grille, other places on the exterior of the truck. This is Desert Dune Metallic, by the way, in case you're wondering about the exterior color, and it has a jet black interior. This truck is two-wheel drive, which means rear wheel drive. Let's talk about our tire and wheel size. 255 on the width, a 65 series sidewall wrapped around the 17-inch wheels. And as we work our way up, you're going to find manually folding side view mirrors. No power folding side view mirrors here. They're power adjustable. That's about all I have to tell you about that. And as we look at the remote, one thing that you won't find here is remote start. But keep in mind price point. In this day and age, you're getting quite a bit, at least in my personal opinion, for the price of the vehicle, especially when you compare it to a lot of competitors. Colorado logo here on the door. And the thing I'm curious about is, what do you think about it being so high up? Normally it would be down in this area. What do you think? And you'll also find that matte black finish on the door handles here. You don't have to worry about whether or not your remote is working. If the battery dies on that, you can still unlock the truck, I should say, because you have a key that you can use for that. That is located within the remote itself in this area right here. So no worries if neither one of your remotes are working or the only one you have with you, wherever you are, you can still get into the truck, take care of whatever you need to with that. Now this model does have the assist steps right here that are affixed in place. That definitely will get the job done. No big deal where that's concerned. You'll also find the bed liner here. That's another upgrade that we have. Something that you will find on these trucks that is useful is the corner step, one on each side of the rear bumper. That's going to make it easier to gain access to the bed if you don't want to lower the tailgate down. And we'll have Chevrolet stamped into the tailgate. If this was my truck, the one thing I would do is have some kind of an insert put in with vinyl lettering across here just to make that stand out a little bit more. Yes, some people maybe like that a little cleaner look compared to what I might want to do. Either way, that's up to you. Tell me what your thoughts are. Under the hood of this particular model is the 2.7 liter Turbo Plus 4-cylinder engine. It makes 310 horsepower and 390 pounds-feet of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And let's take a look around here at the MPGs, at least what's on the window sticker: 19 city, 24 highway, 21 combined, and 4.8 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And we'll work our way around to the driver's side where you will find the gas tank. It is capless fuel fill, and if you're curious to know, it's a 21.4 gallon gas tank. And with that Turbo Plus engine under the hood, this model can tow up to 7,700 pounds. The payload comes in at 1,610 as far as on the high end of things. And you can take a look around the bed here. Again, one of those options I mentioned to you earlier, upgrades on this particular model is the bed liner. There are 8 total tie downs, as you can see, and the Chevrolet logo stamped up there in the front. You won't find a power sliding rear window or anything like that. But when we consider what you're paying here, you probably aren't expecting things like that. And we'll take a quick look into the back seat area. Let's talk a little bit about the armrest here. It sounds like it may not be that comfortable, but when you put your arm up there, it actually isn't that bad. The armrest itself, definitely not an issue. This area, well, it just kind of depends. I guess you could put your arm in there and fold it sideways with your forearms, but that works. And you do have a bottle holder right here. I would definitely call that a bottle holder more than a door bin. And with the 60-40 split rear seats, you can raise the seat cushions up gain access to everything. To change the tire, there is a spare tire located underneath the rear of the vehicle. And to move these back and forth, there's a lever right here that you'll use for that. A little bit hard to do that one-handed if you're putting them up, but I can definitely put them down one-handed. And I'll give you a quick look around the back seat area real fast here. You do have the grab handles up in the top area right there, right here basically. There's not anything to grab onto right here. That's one thing I wish was here. You won't find any cup holders or really anything else back here, but there is some space. In fact, let's talk about that. Let me hop inside here and see how I do space-wise as far as my leg space goes. Now, depending on where the front seats are set, you can actually have a decent amount of leg room. At 5'10", I've got some space above my head, a little room to grow, but that's basically it. Could take advantage of a little bit of storage right here, I guess, could be combined for the front and rear seat passengers. All 4 windows are one touch down, they are not one touch up. And before there were any upgrades added to this truck, some of which I have already shown you, the sticker price was $29,500. With the upgrades added, such as the bed liner, the side steps, and a few other items, we're looking at a sticker price of $34,550. Still very respectable in this day and age. Everything you expect to find here, like I said, all 4 of your windows are one touch down, but you will have to take the time, effort, and energy to hold that button down to raise them back up, as they are just one touch down. So, just so you know, easy to deal with either way. Controls for your power side view mirrors. You have the rounded air conditioning vents right here and the 8-inch digital instrument cluster. A very nice, clean, and modern look, that's for sure. I think it's far better than anything we've seen in the last couple of generations of the Colorado compared to what we're seeing now. Here are your steering wheel mounted controls. You know what's there. I probably don't have to tell you too much, and you know that on the rear of the steering wheel, you're going to have your volume controls and your controls over here for working your way back and forth through radio stations or whatever you're listening to. Over here, we'll find everything for controlling the windshield wipers and using the blinkers. Make sure you do that. It helps people around you to know what you're doing. And the 11.3-inch digital touchscreen. Wireless capabilities for your cell phone, so you don't have to have a USB cable to get things up and running to pair your phone. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are here. Also Google Assistant, so you just say, hey, well, that name right there. That way I don't set anything off in your houses, although I could have a lot of fun with that, I guess, if I wanted to. And we'll also have trailering right here. There's a lot going on here. I'm not going to show you everything. You can do your light test, your checklist. There's quite a bit here you can do. This screen, this infotainment screen, is super simple to learn, super simple to use. You can see what all is here. You can also go into settings and make a few changes. Your connections, vehicle notifications, all that good stuff, profiles and accounts. You can see what all is here. A pretty simple system, like I say, not difficult to deal with. When we go into vehicle, we'll see quite a bit more. You can turn different features on and off. You have teen driver mode. How about your collision detection systems? Well, here's what you have. Automatic emergency braking and front pedestrian braking. You can also go in and make some adjustments there. Now, you only have a backup camera, but that's what's here. It's good to know that. No matter what you buy in this day and age, everything now, as far as new vehicles, will have a backup camera. In fact, you have 2 different views there. If you wanted to back up to a trailer, or if you were just needing to know what was behind you as far as when you're backing into a parking space, well, there's how you're going to do that. Pretty easy to deal with. And you can see that we have single zone climate control. Not a big deal in an interior of this size, at least not in my opinion. You can see how to control everything. Fan speed on this side, temperature on this side. You're good to go. Very easy to deal with. In fact, if you're looking for one of the most minimalistic interiors of any midsize truck out there, this is definitely it for people who maybe don't want too much. If you want to turn the auto stop start system on or off, here's where you're going to do that. There's your lane keeping assist, and you have a couple of USB ports down there. We'll also have our traditional style shifter here, our power parking brake, and the cup holders. And you really already saw what's here. I'm really not sure what to think about not having a full console right here. Seems like that wouldn't be too big of a deal to add that, but that's what's here. You also have a 12-volt power outlet, and you might have noticed I didn't say anything about a sunroof, and that's because there isn't one here. As far as your upper console goes, here is what we're going to have. Pretty easy to deal with, pretty easy to figure out. And then we also have our glove box right here that offers plenty of storage capacity. One more thing I wanted to show you before we get out on the road for the test drive are the animated graphics. Even at this price point, you're still going to have that. And I know some people really like it. Some people say that's just one more thing to break. Tell me what your thoughts are. Okay, here we go on the test drive. A couple of things I did not mention earlier in the video when we were talking about the interior. First of all, you do have manually adjustable seats for the driver and the passenger, and the steering wheel is adjustable tilt only. It doesn't have a telescopic adjustment, so you'll have to make up the differences with the seat, basically, depending on where you need to be comfortable, as far as not maybe reaching out too far for the steering wheel. Other than that, it's a truck. It has a little bit of a truck-like ride quality, but it's not terrible. It's really not that bad. In fact, I find the experience of driving down the road to be fairly enjoyable. It's not bad at all. I'm sure if you had some weight back there in the bed, that would make it even better. It's really not too bad to begin with. And you definitely are not hurting for horsepower and torque with this engine that's under the hood with the Turbo Plus. The Turbo Plus being 2.7 liters, 4-cylinder engine. Would it be nice to have more horsepower? There's never a time when you don't need more horsepower. Well, maybe that's not true. It just depends on what you're driving and what you're doing at the time. But one way or another, it seems to be more than enough for this particular truck. I haven't really needed to go too fast with it, but I can tell it would be easy to merge into fast-moving traffic, say on the interstate, or if I was on a 2-lane road outside of the city limits when it was safe to pass a slow poke if I needed to. It would not be difficult at all. The seats themselves, I find them to be pretty comfortable. I would like to have a different color interior for myself. I'm not really crazy about black interiors, but everybody has their preferences on that. I'm sure some of you watching the video are going to say, Tom, I love a black interior. I know some people do, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just depends on what you want and what your personal preferences are. And for the sticker price on this particular model, you have some very solid technology here. Very nice with your infotainment screen that it's so easy to learn and use. For those of you who are maybe a little worried about that and saying, yeah, I'm just not sure about the learning curve on that, it really makes me nervous. What is that going to be like to learn? Not difficult at all. We all had to do it at some point or another. I definitely don't consider myself to be super duper intelligent compared to other people. If I can figure it out, I think anybody can figure it out. A very enjoyable truck to drive overall. For a mid-size truck, it definitely gets the job done. Okay, tell me what you think about the 2024 Chevrolet Colorado WT. Is it the best bang for the buck mid-size truck? There's that rhyme again that's completely unintentional. Tell me what your thoughts are, and don't forget that you can go down into the description of this video and check out the link to the Red River Chevrolet website if you want to know more about this truck. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends here at the dealership for loaning me this truck for the day, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. That way you don't miss any future videos. Turn on all of those notifications. Tell me what you'd like to see me feature in future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.